The amount of money that Filipinos earn each year varies wildly, but when it comes to spending habits, they're pretty consistent with the rest of the world, trust me. By the way, the minimum wage in the Philippines differs from region to region. And of course, the National Capital Region has the highest minimum wage, which is, so just imagine if you have more than $2,000 of monthly pension. Imagine how far your money can go here. You live like a king. The word rich has connotations of luxury, extravagance, and excess. But this does not mean that being rich is a bad thing. It just means that your financial situation places you in the top echelon of earners for your age group. What do you really mean by rich? What is considered rich in the Philippines? Okay, let's take a look at some statistics. Hi, it's True Beauty. In today's video, we are going to break down the social classes in the Philippines to determine what is considered rich here. So without further ado, let's begin. What is the average income in the Philippines? According to Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA, the average income in the Philippines is roughly around $300 monthly, and that is around $3,600 annually. That is US dollars, by the way. While this is the average income in the Philippines, it varies depending on one's career choice. Well, I think that is the same all over the world. There are those who earn more than this and some who earn even less. These numbers may not be enough to make us feel rich, right? But for some, they do show that they are well off enough to live the life that they want to live. It's important to remember also that the amount of money we earn annually does not determine whether or not we're rich. It's about how much money we spend and have saved. By the way, the minimum wage in the Philippines differs from region to region. And of course, the National Capital Region has the highest minimum wage, which is 490 pesos per day or $8 as of today's conversion. On the other hand, the lowest minimum wage is 5 USD per day, and this is in the provinces only. How much do you need to be considered rich in the Philippines? In general, this will differ from person to person. For example, locals in the provinces may perceive earning $600 a month as being rich. That is like around 33,000 pesos. On the other hand, others in metropolitan area may perceive individuals earning $2,000 a month to be rich. The status of being rich is a subjective experience. For instance, someone may see themselves as a middle-class individual with average earnings, but you are considered wealthy to some. The average salary in the Philippines is around 20,000 to 30,000 pesos, and that is around $380 to $570. Therefore, if you earn more than this amount per month, you are considered really wealthy by most people here. Yes, we use the word wealthy. Based on some data, 86.6% of Filipinos have net worth that's below $10,000. And that is around 560,000 pesos in today's exchange rate. And only 1% have a net worth above $1 million. To be considered rich, iMoney noted that Filipino households have to earn at least 50,000 pesos every month, that is around $1,000, and 594,000 pesos or more every year. A middle-class household is considered such if they earn more than $265 to $1,000 every month. A low-income household, meanwhile, earns around $0 to $265 every month. In general, a salary of $1,000 is considered a high salary in the Philippines. However, this will depend on the industry. For instance, a call center employee working for an outsourcing corporation may see $1,000 as a high salary, but a senior cybersecurity expert will likely see $1,000 as a low salary compared to average salaries in this industry. A licensed engineer is ranging from $320 to $1,400. In order to be considered rich in the Philippines by Filipino standards, one needs to earn at least $10,000 annually. There are people who earn less than $10,000 who still think that they are rich or others see them as rich. For me, yeah, some of my friends are earning this. I consider them rich. If you are earning $500 monthly, you will still be considered rich by Filipino standards, especially in the provinces. However, earning this amount of money is definitely not easy for a Filipino. It takes a lot of hard work and determination to achieve this type of success. And most importantly, it takes discipline for us to save money and avoid unnecessary spending. There are a lot of Filipinos who earn less than $500 monthly who don't actually feel poor or unprivileged. I know there are cashiers who earn 6,000 pesos monthly and own latest iPhones. The funny thing here in the Philippines is that anyone who owns latest iPhone is automatically rich because iPhone has a reputation. It is expensive, right? It's expensive here in the Philippines. We see it as a mark of someone's social status, something like that. So sometimes it is confusing. If you see a kitchen crew in a small restaurant in a mall with an iPhone 12 in their pocket, it will make you wonder how is she paying for that, knowing that these kinds of blue-collar jobs aren't paying a lot, plus, these people are supporting a family, right? Me too. Actually, I'm using an iPhone 7. I bought it in 2019. So even 3 years ago, it was already an old model, but it was still expensive at that time. And I paid it for 9 months installment. Yeah, I think that's how most people pay for their expensive phones here, installment. How do average income earning Filipinos spend money? The Philippine Statistics Authority, or PSA, conducted a survey to determine how Filipinos spend their money. Their results showed that housing and transportation expenses, including fuel, are the largest chunks of the average Filipino's budget. In fact, these two categories are so large that they account for over a third of the average household's total income. After these two main expenses, Filipinos spend the next largest amounts on food and education, which includes both tuition fees and textbooks. On the other hand, clothing ranks least in expenditures. The amount of money that Filipinos earn each year varies wildly, but when it comes to spending habits, they're pretty consistent with the rest of the world, trust me. On average, most Filipinos spend 10K pesos per month, or around $200 monthly, or around $200 monthly on groceries and dining out and shopping for clothes and other things. Again, when I say average Filipino, these are the ones in the income brackets of $300 to $500. When it comes to grocery shopping, most Filipinos buy the same staples that are available all over the world, like eggs, milk, coffee, cereal, rice, etc. If you earn $6,000 annually, have a saving account of $50,000, you are rich here in the Philippines. You don't need to earn an extravagant amount of money to be considered rich here. In addition, being rich is a subjective term that is open to interpretation. This means that many people will have different definitions of what it means to be rich. However, there are some general guidelines that can help one determine if they are rich or not. For starters, if a Filipino household brings in like around 4.7 million per year, or like around $80,000, this means that they're likely in the upper middle class. However, the question of whether or not they are rich doesn't end there. They also have to consider their expenses, such as their living situation, diet, and level of savings, among other factors. The bottom line is that being rich is subjective. There's no one-size-fits-all amount that determines whether or not they've reached the level of being rich. And also, before I forget, to be considered rich in the Philippines could be grouped maybe loosely into two sides. Rich employee and rich employer. It would not be fair if both is compared as one. For the rich employee, if you're single, regardless of occupation, as long as it is legal one, You could consider yourself relatively rich if you are earning about 100,000 pesos or $2,000 US dollars a month, someone with little debt, and a good number of investments such as property, jewelry, insurance. This income should be just for you, because if you earn this amount and supports the entire clan, then you're just an average. Supporting other family member is not really a good financial strategy, but what can we do? That is our culture. This is normal in the Philippines. Maybe that is why most of the people are just average, or it's really difficult to improve in life, right? So, expats who worry that their $2,000 monthly pension isn't enough to live in the Philippines, I would say maybe you will not live like a king, but you will live a lot better than most Filipinos. So just imagine if you have more than $2,000 of monthly pension. Imagine how far your money can go here. You live like a king. If you got any value out of this video, a like and subscribe will be much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.